Welcome in, my beautiful builders, back to some more Vault Hunters. And today we are starting off the episode by eating on some knowledge. That is right, 5 unspent knowledge points. And it looks like we're actually not going to need all of those today because I ran a poll on my channel and you guys said that we should go for double pouches first. So that is 3 knowledge points right here for double pouches, and this should make running vaults a lot easier. And then quickly crafting these guys up, they are not too expensive, and since I already had 4 pouches, this should be fairly easy to do. So here is our first double pouch, and now here is our second double pouch. And now I also would like to get an additional stack upgrade. So we were using the stack upgrade tier 1. Now we should be able to make the stack upgrade tier 2. So let's go ahead and make as many of those as possible. Looks like we're going to need some more extraordinary Larimar. I think that is totally doable. I'm just going to need to fortune up some of this. And then I think I should be able to make all 3 of these. There we go. We now have 4 stack upgrade tier 2s, as well as our pickup upgrades. And I think that is all that we need. We just need 1 pickup upgrade in each one, and then 2 stack upgrades. We're going to be able to hold so many items, and then we can do the exact same thing over here. 2 stack upgrades as well as a pickup upgrade. Now that does mean that we have 2 pickup upgrades left over, but that's okay for right now. We'll find a use for them later. We may need more double pouches in the future. So I just finished setting up both of my double pouches up with filters, and now we should be good to go for running vaults. And I'm actually about to do a live stream here on my YouTube channel where we're just going to run a couple of vaults, and then I'll bring you guys back here in the video to show you guys what all we got, and then we'll run a vault together here as well. So lots of vault running today. I'm gonna run 3 vaults on stream, and then I'm gonna come back and run 1 vault with you guys. And I'm bringing you guys back real quick because I found myself a living room. This is absolutely epic. So many living chests, which means so much knowledge. I have been looking for these, and we finally have gotten one. Hello, all of the loot, all of the knowledge will be mine. And 1 live stream later, and we are now up to level 32. And I also have a ton of crates to open. However, before we get into that, I think it's time for us to run our vault for today. So without further ado, let's do this thing. Into our vault for the day, and let's see what we get. An elixir vault. And let's see, do we get any type of modifiers? Nothing at all. Okay, well, that is perfectly fine. Ooh. Is this a nether theme? Uh-oh. This is the first nether theme that we have gotten. Didn't even know it was possible until it was a higher level, but I guess level 30 means that we have the chance for getting these now, maybe? I don't know. I am a little bit worried, though, because they are a bit difficult, so we'll see. We'll see how things go here. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit nervous. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hello, boys. All right, come on. Bring it on. How hard is this going to be? I mean, so far, not terrible. However, I don't see any... Oh, is this supposed to be an ore POI? Hello? Terrible POI. Absolutely terrible. Ow. Okay, you guys don't hit that bad. You are fast, though, and I don't like that. Ooh, this may actually be a hard vault, ladies and gentlemen. This may actually be a pretty difficult vault. But I do have some new abilities that should help me out with the vault. Well, looks like I'm not going through that way. Anyway, I do have some new abilities that should help us with the vault. So For instance, I have been putting some points into my Poison Nova, but also I have been putting points into Toxic Reaction. And what it does is killing a mob affected by poison, which happens quite often because we have a poison sword as well as we have the Poison Nova. What this does is it casts a Poison Nova. So basically we can chain Poison Novas together over and over again by killing mobs that have poison. Right now we only have one level into this, so it's a 40% chance that when a mob dies to poison, it casts a Poison Nova. So it's actually pretty good. It lets a chain reaction go off sometimes and kill off a huge group of enemies, and I really like that. Also, I've been reading some of your guys' comments lately on the videos, and I just kind of want to talk about some of the things that I've seen recently because, well, I haven't had a ton of time to respond to comments lately. Some of you may have noticed, but yeah, I've just been really busy in real life. So one of the first things I want to talk about while running this vault is some of you guys say that I don't show enough of the vault runs, and well, consider this a little bit of showing more of the vault run right here. I'm going to talk about some comments that I've seen that I would like to respond to, and while I'm doing that, we will run this vault. However, I don't see anything else in this particular room for us to do. But another thing that I've seen is that some people say that I spend a lot of time after the vault rolling gear. So and to be honest with you, I kind of agree with you guys. I do spend a lot of time doing that. I just also know that a lot of you guys enjoy seeing the gear rolling. So it's one of those hard balances that I'm trying to figure out of, I want to show you guys what I'm getting from running vaults here, but I also want to try and cut it down at least a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do from here on out is I'm going to continue to show all of the basic loot, just kind of show it in the pouches very quickly. And then after that, any of the loot that we roll, I'm just going to bring back and show you guys some of the ones that I'm considering using, rather than showing you all of the scrappy stuff and all of that. That can get a little bit old and repetitive, and you don't really need to see that. But, you know, if I get some piece of gear that, you know, I plan on rolling, or, hey, where are you at? Go away. If I get a piece of gear that I plan on rolling or anything like that, I think that it could be a good idea to bring you guys back for that, but not for literally everything like we have been doing. And theoretically, that should cut down on the video time at least a little bit. I mean, I tend to be a bit long-winded, and all of my videos end up being way longer than I originally planned, but I'm going to try cut the video time at least down a little bit so that we can have more content in the videos and less me rambling about. I say as I'm rambling about while running a vault. I hear something. Oh, hi. You are very grumpy. You're a very grumpy boy. But anyway, that is two things that I definitely wanted to talk about. I'm going to try and show more of the vaults here in the video, as well as I am going to try and cut down all of the gear showing off, because I do know that that takes up a pretty significant portion of the video. So work with me here, guys. I'm going to do my best. It may take me a little while to find a good balance there, but it's not going to be from lack of trying. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about was the mods that we have picked out. So you guys know that we went with double pouches, and honestly, do not regret it. Double pouches was amazing, but I also told you guys that we were going to consider going with the iron generators as well as with refined storage. And well, the live stream has kind of convinced me otherwise for doing that. Can I just... Yeah, there we go. Come on. Up. Oh, that's as far up as I can go. Okay. Well, there we go. Anyway, the live stream chat, they have convinced me to not go with iron generators because, well, iron generators is kind of bad, which I knew that, but something that they pointed out to me is when you pick up iron generators, it increases the other power mods by 6 points, which means power would go from 5 research to 11, which is kind of insane. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to go straight for Powah. I know it's a little bit putting off our refined storage system, but I think that in the long run, that'll be a better idea because it means that we will have Powah up and running a lot quicker. Oh man, I do not like this nether theme, by the way. This is by far the hardest vault that I've done. By far, not even close. I'm not liking it. So yeah, anyway, whenever we leave the vault today, we're going to be picking up Powah and getting it set up. And then after that, we will pick up refined storage. So we're not going to have enough knowledge points to get refined storage today, but at least we will have a good Powah setup after today's episode. And theoretically, we'll never need to pick up iron generators and waste our skill points on that. I hear guys just spawned in, but I don't know where they are. Man, I tell you one thing, I cannot figure out what is giving a huge amount of elixir in this vault. I am honestly probably not going to be able to complete this vault. I just ain't getting enough elixir, and I don't know what could possibly give it. I've tried coins, I've tried ores, I've tried ornate chests, and I've tried wooden chests. So, living, maybe? I really don't know. I can't figure it out. Well, here's my first set of gilded, so I guess let's try it out. That's definitely better elixir. Yes, 1000% that's better. So gilded chest is what we're looking for. Oh man, with 8 minutes left though, I don't know that that is going to be possible. Yeah, I don't know that we're completing this vault. So I'm gonna try to quickly run from room to room and just see if I can spot some gilded chests and see if we can complete this elixir vault, but honestly, I think it may just be too late in order to complete this elixir at this point. Yeah, with 3 minutes left, there is just no way this is being completed. Also not doing this X marks room because that's no way that's going to be completed. If I get trapped down there and it is unlucky, yeah, we are dead in this nether room. This is by far the hardest vault that I've done, so there's no surprise to me that I also am not completing the vault because I have had not a great time with the mobs in this vault. Oh yeah, I'm hoping that these crates that we are about to get from all of the vaults that I've been running, hopefully I get some new gear and that gear will level us up a little bit to where we are okay in these nether themes. But from what I understand, the nether themes are they're just hard in general. So yeah, maybe we may never get to that point. We may never get to the point where these are particularly easy. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and bail. We had 2 minutes left, but that is fine. Only 6,000 vault experience because we did not complete the objective. Not to mention, I spent a lot of time there at the end not looting and instead looking for the gilded chest. So anyway, that is fine. Let's go ahead and check out all of the things that we got. Go ahead and open up this inventory. We did get a pair of vault leggings that we can go ahead and roll, and the rest of this is not amazing, but let's go ahead, Open this up. We did get a fair amount of rare ores from this particular vault. We got ourselves some Iscalium, we got Xenium, we got Tubium, we got Pizzanite, we got some Black Opal and Bogamnite, and we also got some Gorgonite. I mean, that's really good. That's really good for ores. And then our other pouch just has some basic items in it. Nothing too special there. And we also got 13 knowledge essence. I mean, overall, not horrible. Ton of carbon, ton of money here. I mean, I'm not too mad about it. For not completing the vault, I'm pretty okay with it. And even though we didn't complete our vault objective, we did still complete both of our bounties. So I can go ahead and claim both of these bounty crates and add them to the pile. We also have a Light the Monolith vault that gives us some sweet kiwis as well as some knowledge essence. That's pretty good just for completing a monolith vault. I'll take it. And now is the moment we've all been waiting for. It is time to pop some crates. And we have a lot here to open up. So without further ado, let's do this thing. Yep, I'd say that's a lot of loot. So once again, I'm just going to use a shulker box here in order to store some of the loot, and I will go over it all with you guys here in just a minute. Check out that 2 black chromatic steel. Yes, please. And as you can see here, we have a ton of gear to roll, as well as a brand new vault trinket. Oh, I'm excited for this. Let's go ahead and roll it. I can't wait. I can't hold off when I have a trinket in my hands. Glue. What is glue? What do you do? Allows wall climbing. Okay. It goes in the charm slot. Where's the charm slot? Oh, it would replace my step up. Okay, well, let's at least see what it does. Allows wall climbing. So just like oh, that's pretty cool. And can I just walk? I can. Okay, that's pretty sweet. So does this also act as a sort of step up? So if we have like a ledge, right? Will we just kind of wall climb up it? So let's see. Yeah, it's more similar to the smoothness of auto jump though, rather than the smoothness of the frog. Yeah, not sure that I like that. However, it could be useful for some other applications in the future. I got some ideas. Also, with this much gear to roll, it's probably a good idea for us to go ahead and make the identification stand. So what this does is it allows us to roll all of our gear all at once without having to wait through the animation and the chimes and all of that. They just right click and it identifies all of the gear in your inventory. And this thing is not too expensive. It does take quite a few vault diamonds to do, but other than that, some obsidian, a lectern, an identification tome, which is 2 more vault diamonds, some vault essence, and a book. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty cheap, relatively cheap, and it'll save us a lot of time in the future. So I'm gonna go ahead and make this thing. So here's the identification tome, and here is the identification stand. Nice and simple, not too hard of a craft at all. And I'm just gonna set that here for now. And as you can see, it is highlighting all of the things that are currently in my inventory. And all I gotta do is right click on it. And bada bing, bada boom, all of it is rolled immediately. And I can go ahead and check all of this stuff out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do just that. And I'll bring you guys back if we got anything cool. So out of all of that gear, I think that there's only 2 noteworthy pieces of gear. And that is this pair of leggings and this vault axe. So this pair of leggings I've already re-rolled several times and it's pretty good, but I'm not sure that I want to replace my epic vault leggings just yet. So basically what we would be trading here, if we go ahead and check our stats page, is we would be trading some of our hearts for increased defense, and we would also be losing our mana. So as you can see, our hearts go down and our mana goes down, but our defense goes up. So I'm not entirely sure that that's worth it though. I think that the hearts is probably a little bit better than having increased defense, and it's only 4% extra defense. So I think this is a good pair of leggings, and I'm going to add it over here to my backup set. But I actually think that my level 14 epic leggings is still the best thing that I have, which is kind of insane. And the other thing that I got that's pretty interesting is this vault axe. And honestly, it's a little bit weird with how this is working. So let's go ahead and take a look at the stats page here. I have my vault axe in my hand, and you can see that we are doing 50 damage, where our vault sword is doing 74 damage, which seems like a really big difference. However, just from testing this, it's actually not that big of a difference. The main difference is DPS, because you can't swing the axe as quickly, and that's kind of your only differentiator here. These guys do pretty close to the same damage on target. In fact, the axe is a little bit more, so you can see 29.94, whereas the vault axe does 30.51. The problem is that you can swing the sword just so much faster in order to hit more than one target. However, with the axe, you can't swing it as fast, but I mean, you get pretty much the exact same effect. So it's not quite as good as our sword, but for a backup, I mean, it's pretty solid. We could definitely go ahead and add it in here and get rid of this sword and this axe and just throw that guy in there. Alrighty, well, before we take a look in this chest here and go over all of these jewels and such, let's go ahead and let's pop open our mystery boxes that we got from the stream. I don't think we got anything amazing there. We did get an echo gem, which is pretty cool. We also got ourselves a vault platinum, and we got ourselves some Larimar, and then the rest of the stuff probably went into our pouches. Yep, we have some things in our pouches here from the crate openings. We have some knowledge essence. We have some more money. We got ourselves some vault diamonds, another mystery box. Hold on. Oh, another platinum. Yes. Nice. Okay, and then over here we got ourselves some emeralds and diamonds, some bottles of enchanting, as well as some netherite ingots. So not too terrible. Let's go ahead and add that there. And now 43 relic booster packs. We should get at least a couple of relics out of this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was really good. Okay, let's go ahead and check our relic chest here, which is honestly overflowing with stuff. By the way, there are some things that I need to get rid of here, like this epic chest plate that I've been holding on to. This was actually replaced with this guy, I think during a live stream. I'm not sure that I actually showed this on camera, but yeah, this guy is not quite as good as the one that we have on, just in terms of armor and health. The rest of it, probably a little bit better, but yeah, sadly, the one that we have on is just slightly better. So we can go ahead and get rid of that guy. We can get rid of this guy, and honestly, we can probably get rid of all of these as well. I forget to clean up until I actually start recording, and it's kind of becoming a big problem. Anyway, let's go ahead and see where our relics go. This is a part of the Twitch set. This is a part of the Richity relic set, but it looks like it is a duplicate. We got another cupcake that's a duplicate. That is not a duplicate. We got ourselves a warrior relic, which is a duplicate, and we also got another duplicate and another duplicate. And then we got the miner's relic, which should go right here, which is, we got a duplicate, but it was not a duplicate from what we already had. So yeah, that's honestly a little disappointing. We got quite a bit of duplicates there. Oh well. Now, as for these gems, let's go ahead and go through them as quickly as possible. This picking gem is no good. This flawed jewel is probably no good, a little bit too big of a size. We got a pretty good item rarity, bad gilded affinity, bad axing, bad picking, a decent soulbound, a pretty good living, a decent copiously, a bad smelting, a bad picking, a actually that's a decent picking, a bad mining speed, however 5.6, actually I may keep that one, vanilla immortality or nate affinity, a bad coin affinity, a bad axing, a bad shoveling, a decent pulverizing, good axing, and a good vanilla immortality. Plus, we have a repair core. We got ourselves an inscription, some soul flares, a magnet, as well as some chromatic steel ingots and 2 black chromatic steel, as well as 10 black opals. All of that is not too bad, and the rest of this stuff that is bad, we can go ahead and just recycle. And I think we just went through all of our loot in record time. Hopefully that was a little bit better and not too terrible to watch. But in the rest of today's episode, we have yet another mod to unlock. Let's go ahead and make ourselves up some more mileage stars, and let's go ahead and let's unlock Powah. We need one more. There we go. And Powah is now unlocked, and I am actually super excited to get into this. So in order to get started with Powah, we are first going to make some dielectric paste, and this is going to allow us to make the book that goes along with Powah so we can read up on the mod. So I'm just going to get myself a book out here and get ourselves a dielectric paste, and there is the Powah manual. Now with Powah, we actually have quite a few different ways that we can generate power. We have the Furnator, we have the Magmator, we have the Thermo Generator, we have the solar panel, and we also have the reactor. Now, the reactor, well, this thing is pretty big, and I don't think that we're going to go with this as of right now. Maybe later on in the pack, whenever we get more well established, we will go for this thing because it generates an insane amount of FE per tick once you get it running. But for right now, we just don't have the materials to go for that nuclear power right off the bat. It is very, very expensive. However, we do have some other options, such as the solar panel or the thermo generator. However, these two aren't going to be what I go with for right now, because the solar panel as well as the thermo generator only produces 2000 FE per tick whenever they are maxed out. So once we get all the way to the end game, these things can only generate 2000 FE per tick, which is not amazing, whereas this guy can generate a whole lot more than that. And then we have the in-between. We have the Magmator and the Furnator. The Furnator allows us to throw in coal, wood, anything like that, and it will generate FE. And if we go all the way to the end here to the Nitro, we can generate 4000 FE per tick. That is more along the lines of what I'm talking about. That will bring us basically all the way to end game here in Vault Hunters without us really ever needing to touch reactors and spending a ridiculous amount of materials. And another good thing about the Furnator is this thing is all one block, whereas if we go back and check out the reactor is this big multi-block structure that you're gonna have to spend more materials on to make. The Furnator, all one block, all one hookup spot, as well as generates a really good amount of power. So that's what we're gonna do today. Today we're going to work on getting ourselves a Furnator set up, as well as getting some way to fuel it using Create. And so it is time for some crafting, starting off with the Furnator starter. And this thing is, yeah, it's going to take a lot of resources. Just the dielectric paste itself costs refined carbon, Larimar, chromatic iron ingots, as well as magic silk. So this thing ain't going to be cheap, and we're about to demolish some of our resources, but we will see how far we can get. So let's start off with a basic capacitor. This actually isn't too bad. And then we also need the dielectric casing, which is going to take some chromatic steel ingots, some dielectric rods, and some chromatic iron ingots. And this takes more dielectric paste, as well as more Larimar and more chromatic iron. So as you can see, this is going to get pretty expensive pretty quickly. I'm not really looking forward to it. This is absolutely going to demolish our resources, but it is definitely what we're going to have to do. Let's go ahead and grab out some of this and back to the Furnator. Here we go. And this should be the dielectric casing done. And now we are just missing some more dielectric paste. There we go. And that is our Furnator started. Nice, simple interface. All we got to do is throw in something like a little bit of coal or charcoal or anything like that. and boom, it is now generated power. But we can go further. We can go way further, and we can go to the basic Furnator. So for the basic Furnator, we are going to need some basic capacitors as well as a dielectric casing once again. So the basic capacitor is basically the only thing that is different here, and this guy takes some of the tiny capacitors that we made earlier, combines them with some Vault Essence, Larimar, and dielectric paste, and bada bing, bada boom, we now have 2 of those guys. Now we just need another one of these casings, which, yeah, once again, that's not fun. These guys are not fun at all, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and now make our casing. There we go. And we should be able to generate our Furnator basic, which is now 80 FE per tick, which is more than enough for a simple refined storage setup. But we can indeed go further to the hardened guy, but we're going to need some energized steel. And I think we also need... No, actually, it looks like we just need energized steel, which can be made using the energizing orb. So let's go ahead and get one of those crafted up. So the energizing orb isn't too expensive. However, we are going to need to make some tinted glass, which, oh yeah, we should definitely be able to do that. That's not too terrible. Now, in order to power the energizing orb, we're also going to need some energizing rods. And I guess we're going to have to make these. Yeah, those aren't too bad. And if we go up to the basic, it just turns into a block of quartz, as well as our starters. So yeah, this actually isn't too bad. Yeah, we can do all of this. Man, I absolutely love the Powah mod and how simple it is. I just love it. So basically what we have here is a very simple setup for our energizing orb and our energizing rod. So I have the basic energizing rod here, and it can output 400 FE per tick to our energizing orb. And I'm just providing it power by using our basic Furnator here for right now, and eventually we'll upgrade this thing into a better one. But for right now, what we need is this energized steel, and to do that, we just take a chromatic steel, a Vault Essence, and a Larimar gem, put it in the orb, and then this thing blasts it with some energy, and then we get 4 of our energized steel out. And that is what we're going to need in order to upgrade our Furnator. And then we can then upgrade our rod once again to a hardened energizing rod and make this process even quicker. That is the main thing that I love about Powah, how everything builds off of the other, and I just love that for progression. But anyway, all I should have to do now is once again pick up our Furnator and come over to our crafting table, and we should now be able to make the hardened Furnator. And this is going to generate 200 FE per tick, and it can store 200,000. That is awesome. Let's go ahead and place this guy back down over here, because I think we're still going to need a little bit of energized steel, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and throw in some coal real quick. And now I want to make the next level of energizing rod. So energizing rod, the hardened version, we're going to need 2 more of these. And then we just need a block of quartz and our energizing rod, which actually, I think I have all of that. Hold on. I actually think that I made probably a little bit too much of this hardened steel. Let's go ahead and pick that up. Pick this guy up. I like how the model when it's on the floor is bigger than the model that is like actually placed in the world. Energizing. I can't spell. There we go. And there we go. That is our hardened energizing rod. Perfect. Now we can go ahead and place this guy down, and we can start working on the next tier. Go away, creeper. So the next tier would be the blazing energizing rod, and this thing is going to take blazing crystals as well as the hardened capacitor that takes that energized steel that we just made. And we're also going to need the blazing crystals, which is a different recipe. We're going to need a blaze powder or a blaze rod, as well as a perfect Larimar to make 2 blazing crystals. So you can see things are getting a little bit more expensive. Probably best to do blaze powder here. Let's see, blaze I only have 2 blaze rods. Ooh, can I make blaze rods somehow? Nope. We may just have to go to the nether. We may just have to go to the nether. Oh, well. Hello, Blazy boys. I need your blaze rods, and I need them badly. Woo-wee. A blaze spawner. Even better. Alrighty, so now I just need to process these blaze rods, and I can do that by throwing them here in my handy dandy grinder. Nice. And I believe using the grindstones will give us 3 blaze powder instead of just the 2 stacks that we normally would get from crafting. Yeah, nice. Plus, we also have a 25% chance to get an additional 3 blaze powder. So really, really good to process using those grindstones rather than just straight up crafting the blaze powder. But anyway, I am now going to take this blaze powder and turn it into the blazing crystals. And the way that I do that is by doing perfect Larimar and blaze powder, and that should get us blazing crystals. And we're gonna do this recipe here because that only costs 27,000 FE, where this one costs 48,000 FE per craft. So yeah, this is gonna take a little bit of time in order to, you know, right click these into here, but I'm okay with that if it saves me a little bit of power right now because I'm already not generating a ton. But there we go. There is 2 blazing crystals. Nice. Now I just need to do this many, many more times. I also probably need more energized steel at some point as well. And with that, we now have the Blazing Furnator. That is going to generate us 800 FE per tick. Nice. Things are getting pretty powerful now. Let's go ahead and see what we need for the Niotic. That is going to need blazing and these Niotic crystals, which is going to be perfect Larimar, refined carbon, and straight up vault diamonds. Oh, that is gonna hurt. But we do get 3 Niotic crystals out of it, so may not be too bad. The Niotic also generates 2,000 FE per tick, so that's not horrible. But I think once we get up to this, we may actually have to wait a bit before we go up to the Spirited, because the Spirited is also going to take Niotic. And yeah, that's gonna get real expensive real quick. But let's go ahead and let's also go ahead and make our next energizing pillar. I cannot spell energizing today. This is becoming a problem. We need another quartz, and we also need another one of these blazing, which means we need another blazing crystal, which I thought I had made enough, but apparently not. So let's go ahead and set this guy back down. And where's my rod? There we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Generate. Nice. Give me this. And I also need a block of quartz again, which isn't too terrible. And now let's get our energizing blazing rod. And there we go. 2 of those guys and 1 of those guys. So that is our blazing furnace as well as our blazing rod. Now, do we go ahead and go for the Niotic? That is the question. And honestly, I'm kind of feeling it. How many vault diamonds do we have? I think we have a fair amount. 140. I say we go for it. I say we go for it. We are going to need some more Larimar though. I'm not gonna lie, I really feel like I'm just burning vault diamonds. This is such a horrible feeling, using vault diamonds for anything other than knowledge stars. Oh, it hurts. It hurts, but it's totally worth it. It just hurts the entire time. Oh, man. It's okay. It's okay. This will set us up for power for a long time. I just have to keep that in mind. And without further ado, the Niotic Furnator. Nice. And we can go ahead and make our energizing rod Niotic as well. While we're doing this, let me just grab another quartz block, which I continuously am forgetting that I need for this recipe. So energizing, there we go, niotic, and bada bing, bada boom. We are up to the niotic tier of Furnators and energizing rod here in Powah, which is amazing. 2000 FE per tick. That is really, really good. And I don't think I'm going to go any higher for right now. The Spirited is a pretty big upgrade. You go from 2000 FE per tick to 8000 FP per tick. But I just don't think that I have the materials right now to spare in order to do this because, yeah, look at that guy. You get Larimar, Black Opal, Chromatic Steel, Vault Diamonds, and Emerald Blocks. That is a insane recipe that I'm just not even going to attempt right now. So the rest of this stuff can be put away for now, and we will come back to it another day whenever I have many, many more materials. And for now, we're good with our Furnator. We can go ahead and pick up our energizing orb as well. We don't need that out. And now we just need to power this thing. How are we going to get a ton of coal or charcoal or blaze rods or anything like that in order to give this guy some power? Well, I know how. The way that I'm going to do it is with an automated tree farm. In Create, these things are super simple to set up, and we will get a ridiculous amount of logs out of it. And we can then take those logs and cook them down into charcoal that we can use to power our Furnator. So I'm just going to set a water wheel down here, and then we're just going to build up with a couple of shafts real quick, and then use a clutch so that we can shut this thing on and off. And then the last thing that we should need is a mechanical bearing. And this is what's going to allow us to rotate blocks in a circle. Now from here, I am going to need a radial chassis right on top like that. And then I'm going to slime ball this side right here. And now if we go ahead and just right click, you'll see this thing is going to spin around in a circle, which is exactly what we want. Nice and easy. I'm going to go ahead and get it pointed right in the correct direction again. Now from here, all that I need to do is take myself some mechanical saws and some deployers. Now I've already made these, but the mechanical saws are a pretty simple recipe. It's just some iron sheets, iron, and an andesite casing. Super simple. And then the deployers we have all already seen before. I'm going to start with the deployers though. So we're just going to point 5 of these guys out of the back like this. And then we're going to take the mechanical saw and put it on the other side just like that. And that is essentially our entire contraption done. I'm then going to take this wrench and I'm just going to move this down to 5. I think 5 is what we need for right now. And that should attach all of this stuff together. I guess eventually I am going to need to go up to 6 though, because I'm also going to need this portable storage interface, as well as I'm going to need a chest attached. So yeah, I might as well go ahead and put that in place. So we'll go ahead and scroll up there. And now everything is attached nice and easily. That is the benefit of using these radial things. They just attach everything without the need for super glue. So let me go grab a chest real quick. Alrighty, there we go. My chest is now in place. And I think the last thing that I need to do is set up the filters on these deployers. Now, I'm going to be using dark oak for this farm just because I think it's going to give a slightly higher output for logs than regular oak wood. Hello? Who's shooting me? Go away. Anyway, we're going to use dark oak because I think it's going to give a slightly higher output than oak wood just because it's a slightly bigger tree. Now, I guess the last thing that I need to set up is going to be the output. And we're once again just going to have a portable storage interface right here. And then we just need to pull out of here somehow. And we'll do that with a chute, which I don't have on me right now. Well, that's fine. For right now, let's just go ahead and get this thing moving. So let's put some dark oak saplings in here. We have the filters already set. I think we're good to go. Let's put a lever on our clutch down here. And I think it'll just be a matter of flipping this thing on. Let's make sure that I have enough saplings though. And I'll also go ahead and grab the, grab a chute while I'm going. Okay, so all of my dark oak saplings are now in place. And I think I just need to give this guy the go, and it should, yep, it's definitely starting. Definitely starting. Okay, that is this thing working, I believe. Let's just build up a little bit, make sure we didn't miss any spots. No, we didn't. We are good. This is a fully functional tree farm. Now we just need to handle all of the output. Alrighty, so I now have my main stress unit power from my windmill hooked up all the way over here, and I have that just hooked into a belt. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to filter out everything that is not logs. So we need the saplings, we need apples, and we need sticks, all being filtered out into some drawers. So now all I'm going to do is take some brass funnels just like this, and yep, they are pointed in the correct direction already. So it should just be a matter of setting sticks as this one, and then saplings as this one. And then I don't have any apples on me right now, but it should still be just a matter of time before I get one. Theoretically, it should just spit out over here. So then I think the last thing that I need is a depot to go here at the end to collect all of the logs, and then an encased fan blowing through lava in order to cook this stuff into charcoal. So let's just go ahead and get a couple of blocks built up here on the side and at the bottom, and then we'll place one block there and a trap door to keep the lava from flowing out all over the place. And then last but not least, a little bit of lava, and this should start to cook our spruce logs here, or dark oak logs here, and theoretically turn it into charcoal, I think. I'm a little bit nervous about it, to be honest with you. Let's go ahead and get a drawer set up though, right down here, and then we will put another chute just like this, and then another brass funnel like so. And that went ahead and picked up the logs, which is not what I want. I don't think I have a piece of charcoal yet though, so maybe we hold off on the chute until some stuff cooks up. So put the logs there, let it cook, and then we'll set the filter with some charcoal. And there we go, we have ourselves some charcoal. Now let's go ahead and set up this filter properly. Brass funnel, charcoal as the filter, and then we can just go ahead and clear that out of here. Set all of the logs back onto the conveyor belt, and this thing should be done. Let's just go ahead and we will load this guy up. Can we do that? Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. All of the logs. We have a bit of a pile up. Oh, that could be an issue. I think that this is going to cook fast enough though to where we shouldn't end up with a blocker here in the future. I just had a lot in my inventory by chance, but I think we should be fine-ish. We'll see. We will find out soon enough. I promise. All right, so I've been working on this thing for a minute, and I think I kind of have it at the perfect sweet spot right now that matches functionality as well as getting more items. So first off, we have our niotic generator now set up, and we are just pulling out of our drawer here the charcoal with some brass funnels and going straight into this guy. And you can see we already have 2 million FE stored up, and we're just waiting for this guy to finish filling up with charcoal, and then we'll probably start backing up the system, to be honest with you. But anyway, we can go ahead and cover those guys up just by right clicking and having the funnels extend out so we don't have anything fall onto that conveyor belt and break the system. Now I also added in another drawer here, and this is for dark oak logs. And the reason that I did this is I would like this to work both as a tree farm as well as a charcoal generator. So what I did was I set up another brass filter here, but you can see I set up a number. If we go ahead and scroll here, you can see I can change that number. I set it to 34. So basically, whenever the logs pass by here, it will always make sure that 34 logs stay on the track. So if we have 36 logs come through, it's going to pull the 2 off the top, and 34 is going to go into the depot to make into charcoal. So if we have 26 logs come through, all 26 go to make charcoal. Anything over 34 gets pulled out and put into the drawer below. So it's going to slowly make us some dark oak logs here. Now, I think the last thing that I need to do is probably add a void upgrade to our charcoal here, because this thing's going to be running absolutely all the time. So if we happen to fill this up, which looks like we're already pretty close to doing, we just want to void the rest of the charcoal. We don't want to shut off this machine unless we absolutely have to. So yeah, we're just gonna leave that guy running for basically all the time. Basically all the time. So I think I have some void upgrades already in my system, I think. So let's just go ahead and grab out one. Yes, we do. And I can just go and place it on that drawer, and I think we should be good. Oh, we should probably grab some drawer upgrades for the sticks and such as well, right? That would make sense. So let's just grab all of these out. And then I may even want some storage upgrades. Let's see. Storage, how much are these? I forgot. Storage upgrade 3s. Okay, that's not bad, but I think it's, yeah, I think it's this that's expensive. Although chromatic steel actually isn't that expensive to us anymore, to be honest. Like, I have so much refined carbon and chromatic ingots, so actually I think some storage upgrades may actually be worth it for this. Ha! Actually, I already have 3 upgrade templates in my system here from when I made this redstone upgrade for the last episode. So I have 3 of those guys left over. So now I just need some vault essence, which is nice and easy. And I also need some chromatic iron. There we go. That is going to be our storage upgrade done. I don't think we're going to need any more than 3 right now. So let's just pull those, and then we can set these back into the system. Okay, so 3 storage upgrades. We'll use 1 on charcoal, we'll use 1 on logs, and I think that's probably it. I don't think I need any others to have bulk storage, right? Probably don't need bulk storage on apples, don't need it on saplings, shouldn't need it on sticks. In fact, I void those. Definitely void those. I have enough sticks in my life. All right, so that should be good. That will store up a good amount of charcoal and a good amount of dark oak logs. And you know what? I'm just going to add void upgrades to all of these because yeah, I'm just going to leave this thing running all the time. So once we hit over the, I guess it's what, 12,000 or 16,000 that this guy can hold, then yeah, just void the rest. And that way I don't have to ever turn this thing off if I don't want to. So yeah, I think we're done. I think we're done. I think we have power. We do. We have power. Successful episode. I still probably need to clean all of this up, but I'm actually out of time to record today. I have a wedding to go to this evening for my cousin, so this is going to have to be where I wrap up. I do hope that you guys enjoyed, though. If you did, be sure to leave a like on the video, as well as if you're new around here, be sure to subscribe. What? Be sure to subscribe. Man, I butchered that. I tried to say it quickly. I failed. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. You guys have an amazing day. Oh man, this was fun to play around with. I'm not gonna lie. This was cool to set up. I'm so enjoying Create. We're gonna have to do a mod pack after Vault Hunters that's like mostly Create, because I just think it would be so fun. Also, why am I missing saplings here? What happened? What did you do? Something broke. Don't worry, I can fix it myself. Just boom, nailed it.